Let's learn IIB. Today I'll talk to you about shared row variables and how to save information into your eSQL memory space to be accessed at a later point in time. One of my subscribers raised this question. I'll play the recording first and then I'll show you the code which I've used to implement that feature.
Yeah. So the requirement is like Vishnu, I will be having one application where I have to create two flows. And first
Mhm.
flow will be calling API, and it will like by passing one input and call API. And API will give result like 1000 to 2000 records with
Okay.
two output variables. All
Okay.
this data I have to store in a execution group cache.
Mhm.
And in middle, I have to do some particular business enrichment and the calls, all those things. After that, I
Mhm.
have another flow where I need to update the cache by accessing the same variable, whatever we called in the flow one. And we have to
Mhm.
do like according to the business requirement, I need to do like I need to update the cache with plus or minus one.
So let me reiterate what you have just said. You were
Mm-hmm.
talking about cache. So that is
Mm-hmm.
the cache that you build in eSQL memory space using a shared variable, right?
Correct.
And there are other options for cache known as IBM Global Cache, which will be stored in Java memory space. So we are not
Correct.
talking about that.
Correct. Yeah. Global cache is not preferred for this particular application. They wanted to do only execution group cache.
Okay. So information from the first flow has to flow into the second flow, uh, right?
Correct.
So what is the problem that we cannot invoke the second flow?
Like invoke the second flow in the sense like I did the cache in the first flow, and when I try to access the same variable, whatever we declared in the flow one, and I'm not getting the result. It is showing some null value.
So, okay, can you tell me what the first flow's input and output are?
First flow input is like token, like it will be like A1A or
No, no.
A2.
The is it a file? Is it MQ? Is it REST API?
It's a REST API.
Okay, so the first flow is a REST API, and what is the second flow?
Second flow, it's again like a REST API only.
Uh-huh. That is the reason why you cannot call the second flow and pass these values along. All right.
But currently, I am trying to do some POC. I'm not doing APIs and all. So in this POC, I'm using a file. I'm using file input node
Okay.
and passing some file and try to store the values in array and store in
Mhm.
cache. And
Okay.
then in the flow 2, I am trying to access it.
Okay. So first flow is a REST API where you will where you will get some data and you want to store that into a variable and you want to increment that by one, is it?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so if let's say it's like a counter, and every time the REST API gets called, or every time you get some variable that value, you want to increment it by one. So if
It's
the
not exactly like that. Like, say, for example, a customer calls some customer center. When the customer calls, there will be some 100 members available in that customer service who can help that particular customer.
okay,
After sending one customer service member to that particular subscriber, we need to increment or decrement accordingly. Like the remaining will be only 99 people are available to serve the next person, right?
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, understood.
it's like that.
Okay. So now this, what does the second flow do? Why does that second flow need this number?
Second flow, it will go check some other threshold. Like I do, like second flow. It's like 1 second. What exactly? Let me. How can I write? Mm, say for example, The thing is like capacity and
So
then
there is, let's say, some other service which is exposed to a party wherein they can check how many people are still available.
Mhm.
So they will call this a second service and they will want to look at what the number is, 95, 93, so on.
Yep.
But that could be a use case. So let's consider that. And what happens in this scenario? You have two flows, and the two flows are within the same REST API project, is it?
Correct.
So the project type is REST API, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So there are different project types in IIB and ACE, REST API, then integration service, then independent resources. So you are sure that the application type is REST API.
Yes.
Okay. Now there are two flows within that REST API, and there is a shared variable that you have declared, and you store some value into the shared variable. And you are saying that when the second flow gets invoked, you are not able
Mhm.
to see that value, what you have saved.
Yeah.
That should not be the case. The broker schema is the same. Have
Mhm.
you made sure that the broker schema is same?
Yeah, it's same.
What is a schema?
You mean execution group only, right?
No. Broker
Broker.
schema is the folder in which the flows are kept. So some example is com dot company name dot IIB, and another one could be com dot company name dot IIB dot some subfolder. So in this case, these
Mhm.
are packages that you would see in a Java code structure. In IIB, we call them as schemas, broker schema, the
Mhm.
folder. So what is a folder name where the flows are kept?
It's the com dot. Let me just
So
check.
they are in the same folder, is it? Let's say
Yeah.
com.company name. So
Yeah.
they both the flows are in the same folder. Okay.
Correct.
Next, what's the eSQL syntax that you have used to declare the shared variable?
Shared variable. One second.
Declare
Yeah.
something.
Declare db cache shared row.
Shared row. Okay. And when you're setting a value to this shared row, what is a set statement that you write? Set db row dot.
Value equal to in like in ref dot root tag.
Okay. And where is this declare statement written? Is it inside a function or a compute module, or is it outside the compute module?
It's inside compute module.
Yeah, change this to outside.
Mm-hmm.
So within the same ESQL file, you would
Mm-hmm.
see that the file starts with broker schema, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then you might have a path variable. Do you have a path variable? PATH.
No.
Okay, so just below the broker schema,
Mm-hmm.
cut and paste this shared variable.
Okay.
Cut from the module and paste it
Mm-hmm.
to the location that I said.
Okay.
And then deploy and test again.
Okay.
According to the documentation shown here in IBM website, you have long-lived variables that will store information for you within a node's scope. So if you store something in the node scope, then you can only access that stored value within the node scope. If you store something in the flow scope, then you can access it for the life cycle of the flow. The life cycle of a flow is until you stop and start that particular flow. So the understanding here is that you cannot store information in one flow and expect to read that information from another flow. I hope you're clear about that. So here are some examples. I stored the previous value as 1335, and when I execute this flow, I get the response for current value as 1336. When I refresh this page multiple times, the current value moves to the previous value. Look at the hours, minutes, seconds, and the milliseconds. Everything gets copied over to the previous value XML field as I refresh it. This is to tell you that I'm not subtracting anything. I'm just saving it in shared memory and pulling it out of shared memory. If I try to do this from another flow, it will not work. Since it is the same flow, I'm getting the values. So here I show how I declared that shared row variable and save information into ESQL memory space. Look at the ESQL used here to store the current time and access information from shared row. To recap, you cannot access shared rows value from another flow. You can only access the stored value from the flow where you have written that data. If you write, you can read. If somebody else has written that, you cannot read. Code should be available in GitHub, and you can check out that code and try this on your own machine. Thank you.